you find yourself in a position of coming into an office that has a bit of a cloud hanging over it. How do you restore public confidence in it? I would assume that's your first job.
Well, I think what we do is we first of all let people know that we want to be transparent, and that what we do from day one is to say to them, we're open. We want to hear from you. If you're not getting the service you need, I want to know. I believe that there are people in that office who have been there for years and they've delivered great service. But, you know, I think the other thing that we do is we implement policies that will, I believe, help restore faith and trust in the office. For instance, we say that we won't accept gratuities. We just won't do that. You know, we will have a zero tolerance policy for anybody who does. And if you take one, and I find out about it, then, you know, your job is at stake. And so you implement policies that I believe will help the public understand and know that we want to do what's best at the end of the day. We want to deliver top-notch service, but we also want to be accountable for the tax dollars that are spent to run that office. You know, we want to run it efficiently, and so we want to assess how we run that office. We want to create policies and procedures that will allow us to know that we're running efficiently and effectively, as efficiently and effectively as we can be run. And so that's something that has to be done, and that's something that I plan on doing once we get there. The signs that are around this county, I think that that's been a sore spot for a lot of people. Well, you know, my plan is to take down names, that any name that will be used on the signs throughout the city or any documents that we use will be the name Davidson County Clerk, because that's what the office is. It is the office of the Davidson County Clerk. My name will not be attached to it, not unless it has to be. I mean, you know, if there are places that my name has to be, then we'll put it there, but for the most part, that office is not my office. It is the office of Davidson County, and so that's how it will be listed on signs throughout the city. I mean, that's kind of some of the first things that I want to do. I'd like to know that an audit has been conducted, a complete and full audit of the organization has been conducted, so that when I go in, we'll have a clean slate to start with. And the constituents, citizens of Davidson County will know that, you know, that there's been a clean audit conducted and we know everything we need to know from the start, and we'll move from there. Again, transparency and accountability is what I offer to the citizens of Davidson County.
That audit you referenced, is this a Metro internal audit? I
would love to have Metro come in and conduct a complete and full audit of the organization. Some of that may have been done already, but I do want that to be on the table at the start of my tenure in that office.
The other thing that, in my estimation, caused John Ariola quite a bit of trouble was more than the notion of ghost employees, people who were being paid in this office but who had no official responsibilities. And if you quizzed folks, you'd say, yes, I don't see those people on a regular basis. Your thoughts on making sure people understand, not on my watch.
Well, I'm going to ask the Metro HR department to help me assess the organization. I mean, I asked for an organizational chart. I have yet to get one, but I'd like to see an organizational chart from the clerk's office. I'd like HR to help me assess every position that's there. We'll figure out what people do, you know, desk audits or something like that. I mean, I'm not sure what you call them, but from my time in management, we called them desk audits. And we assessed what people did all day long and whether or not they had enough work to keep them busy. I want to do that to make sure that the people who were there are doing what we asked them to do. People coming in and out of that building, you know, I want them to swipe in. Our staff needs to swipe in and out of that building. We need to know when they're there, when they're not there. And I assure you that I want to swipe in too, so you'll know when I'm in that building and when I'm not.
And that's not happening presently. I'm asking because I have no idea.
Well, you know, I don't know that it's not happening, but I know that there is a mechanism for ensuring that you know when people are coming and going, and that's all Metro employees now have cards where they swipe in and out of buildings, and so I think that that's an accountability mechanism that you can use to ensure that people are coming to work every day.
That's what got David Torrance in so darn much trouble among the many things. Yeah. Now, you have admittedly as much as said, I'm not a politician. The things that you mentioned about taking the signs and just having to say Davidson County Clerk, that sounds very non-politician-like. You've got to run for this office in fairly short order. I mean, I got your picture off your website last night. I wrote the story for the 10 after watching on Channel 3. And so I knew you'd like that picture because it's the one you put on your website. But you've got to appeal to the voters of Davidson County, and you don't have a great deal of time to do it.
Well, you know, let me just say this. I trust that, you know, after a few months on the job, that I can show some results. And then from there, to say to the citizens of Davidson County, okay, we're moving in the right direction. I need your support to continue the progress that we're making. No, not a politician, but I've spent a great deal of my life serving the public, and I just plan on doing that at my level best. I think that if I do that, at the end of the day, the citizens will say, yes, she did what she said she was going to do, and we feel great, we will support her.